It is really for me a great pleasure to be with all of you today at Guwahati. And I'm also very pleased that I'm in the one state which actually has, as the Chief Minister told me, an Act East Minister. So I hope that we will give him much more work at the end of this event than he had before. Assam has long been the bridge between India and the world to our east. For centuries, its natural arteries have facilitated the flow of people, of goods, of ideas, not just to Southeast Asia, but as far as Korea and Japan. But the advent of colonialism and the subsequent emergence of nation states effectively disrupted what was a very seamless connection between Eastern India and Assam and the world to our east. Now, this may have been a phenomenon for everybody in Asia, but for India and Assam, that disruption was also aggravated by the partition of India. It is from this viewpoint that one should understand the Act East policy of the Modi government. This is an approach to create connectivity to and within Assam, beyond to the northeast, then to neighboring Myanmar and Bangladesh, but eventually push all the way by road, by sea, by air, to Vietnam, to Japan. This will not only service greater economic activity, but as demonstrated in other parts of the world, actually be a driver of it. A more connected Assam will be a more energetic Assam, a more contributing Assam, and obviously a more employed Assam. By expanding cooperation with Southeast Asia, with East Asia and Oceania in different dimensions, the Modi government actually took this initiative to a much higher level. Today, it includes numerous connectivity projects and activities, as well as economic flows and strategic cooperation. The role of Assam as its springboard needs to be fully realized. Closer India-Japan collaboration has always had a central place in our national modernization and development efforts. After all, Japan was the original model for the revival of Asia after Western colonialism. It has long been involved in the expansion of our economic and social infrastructure. Across our states and cities, Japanese official development assistance has funded roads, rail, urbanization, and energy. Recent flagship projects include the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor and dedicated freight corridors to the east and the west. And our business partnerships also have been similarly long-standing. If Maruti Suzuki cars, which the ambassador spoke about, transformed Indian lifestyle 4 decades ago, the introduction of metros starting from Delhi added to that at the turn of the century. Today, the bullet train project from Ahmedabad to Mumbai holds a similar significance. It is actually remarkable that within a decade, the India-Japan partnership is today seen in Asia, perhaps in the world, as one of the most natural and close. And indeed, the awarding of the Padma Vibhushan to the previous Prime Minister, Shinzo Abe, on 26 January, was symbolic of the journey that we have traveled together. The fact is that Assam can play a critical role for the larger region in power, in transportation, in energy, and even in the movement of people. This obviously takes not only a vision, but also the diplomacy to realize it, and the resources to make it happen. And that has been very much the focus of the Modi government to this region and to its neighbors. Assam also stands to benefit from the activities of a regional organization called BIMSTEC. Its master plan on transport connectivity that was finalized last December envisages 264 projects of different sizes among all its members, many of them which have a very direct relevance to Assam. The aviation infrastructure of northeastern states is also undergoing an ambitious ramping up. Apart from greenfield projects in Itanagar and Pakyong, 11 airports are being modernized, 6 of them in Assam. This can make a big difference to regional connectivity having the potential to capture traffic from Singapore, Thailand and Myanmar. I'm sure that the ambassador looks forward to the day when we even have flights from Japan. Bringing more Japanese tourists to Kaziranga is certainly a prospect that we should all aim for in the coming years. Notable initiative pertains to Guwahati's water supply, and I had the pleasure of going to see the project site myself today with the ambassador and with Minister Siddharth Bhattacharjee. It's south central and northern district of Guwahati. The waterworks facilities are being renovated, and the executing agency is undergoing capacity development. The loan amount, just to give you again a sense of this, is 1183 crores of a total project cost of 1443 crores. Also significant is the Guwahati sewerage project to provide reliable services by construction of facilities and an extensive sewer network in South Guwahati with a state-of-the-art sewerage treatment plant. We have recently signed an agreement with Japan on specified skilled workers. Our expectation is that its early realization would open the way for Indian talent to access the Japanese economy. The Modi government has always paid special attention to Assam. This is reflected most recently in the 2021 budget, what we call the Atmanirbhar budget. And you can see this, whether it's in expansion of the highways, road building, rail network, financial security for women tea plantation workers. You all know that allocations have been made for 72 road projects, for 13 new railway lines, for 6 doubling the line projects, for agribusiness, urban infrastructure, for Guwahati water supply. We know that a modern, prosperous, globally connected Assam has a resonance, has an importance which is well beyond the state. And that recognition is really what drives the Modi government's commitment, its appreciation of Assam, and also what we are doing in foreign policy to facilitate and progress development in the state. India was a great country only when Eastern India was prosperous and secure. That revival must happen again, and that is very much at the core of the Modi government's commitment to Assam. It is essential today that we build a connectivity all the way from the Arabian Sea to the South China Sea. And that will be possible only by making Assam the meeting point of this connectivity. We have demonstrated that a sound foreign policy can contribute directly to the progress of the nation, of a region, of a state. We also believe that Act East must begin by Delhi giving the necessary attention and the necessary resources to our own states in the East and the Northeast. That is the message that I bring to you today, and I thank you very much for your attention.